This stuff, we're going to be here.
Hello and welcome once again to another UWA Wrestling Rampage. I'm Dan Belinka, and in this action-packed hour, Flash Barker makes his UWA debut against Kerry Cabrero. Johnny Storm returns to the UWA to face the might of Big Papa T. Paul Sloan will be in action before serving as the special guest referee for the highly anticipated rematch for the UWA television title between Flying Phil Powers and Hot Stuff Stevie Knight. All that on the way, let's get straight to ringside.
Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to another packed edition of UWA Wrestling Rampage. I'm Steve Morgan, and joining me here in the commentary booth is Danny Royal, 100% British beat.
I'm really pleased to be here today.
Coming to the ring now, with his partner in crime, Hot Stuff Stevie Knight, standing at 5 feet 10 and weighing in at 226 pounds. He is the flatliner, Kerry Cabrero.
Here we go, look. That's what it's all about, baby.
There's a bit of history on this man, Kerry Cabrero. Allow us now just to refresh your memories how Stevie Knight and Kerry Cabrero forged their wrestling union. It seems an unlikely partnership. I think you'll agree that this is how it all happened. And remember last week, of course, Phil Powers throwing down the gauntlet to Stevie Knight for that TV title contest. But Kerry came in and intervened there against Phil Powers with a beautiful move that seemed to have backfired when Powers had him pinned to the mat, and Paul Sloan came and counted 3.
Yes, the UWA is finally letting us talk in front of all you. I can't say the word I want to say, but to me, it looks like there is just a load of scumbags out there. And by the looks of all the old dogs out there, there ain't a woman out there who is worthy of me and Stevie Knight's attention. Now, bring out the flash in the pan.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this one.
Here you go,
A
big
top
man.
professional coming down to the ring now, Flash Barker.
What do you know about him? He's a newcomer to the UWA, and I can tell you for one, apart from an interesting name, that's all I can tell you about him.
Well, yeah,
I don't know his star sign. I don't know what his favourite recipes are. You know, give us some meat on the bones, British beef.
Well, let's go. I'll tell you, Flash Barker may be a newcomer to the UWA, but he certainly is not a newcomer to the wrestling scene. He's been a professional now for around 10 years, and in my opinion, he's one of the most dangerous submission wrestlers in the UK today.
Well, thank you, Beefman. We appreciate your comments here. You may not be welcome in a number of EU nation states, but you're always welcome here on UWA Wrestling Rampage.
Hey, I got a flash in the pan for a wrestler and I got a midget for a referee. Hey!
Well, no change there. Kerry Cabrero seems to have a lot to say for himself.
What do you make, Danny, about this unlikely partnership of Kerry Cabrero and Hot Stuff Stevie Knight? Because you and Kerry used to be tag team partners, did you not?
Yes, that's right. I don't really think it's a really unlikely relationship between the two. They're both glory hunters and they're both excellent professional wrestlers.
And Stevie Knight looking resplendent in sequins this evening, which
As
is always an added treat here.
Well,
I can tell you when you're sat in the commentary booth and you've got a spectacle of such sartorial elegance parading about the wrestling ring.
Well, yeah, it's real good for me to be in the commentary booth. I've been a professional wrestler for a number of years now, and I get excited whenever I see quality wrestling in that ring. This is the Ultimate Wrestling Alliance. These are the very best of British new talent. Well, Kerry Cabrera doesn't seem too popular with the Blackpool crowd there, Stevie.
You scumbags better start cheering, or I'm going to come out there and slap the taste out of all of your mouths.
Well, that's the way to make friends and influence people, Danny. There's no doubt about that. But there's a battle at the moment. There's not much wrestling going on, but there's a battle for popularity.
Well,
at the moment, Flash Barker is winning.
Well, if Kerry Cabrera wants to talk about slapping, I'll tell you something right here, right now. Flash Barker has one of the toughest backhand chops in this business. If he hits Kerry Cabrera with the back of his hand, Kerry Cabrera will know about it. Kerry Cabrera seems to be posing something there. I'm not quite sure what.
Come on, Kerry.
Who do you think you are, you son of a bitch, eh?
And of course, Danny, what we shouldn't underestimate at all is that added presence at ringside of Stevie Knight. And you can be sure this isn't the last time we'll see either two of these together here on this edition.
That's right, and there we're seeing some of Flash Barker's martial arts background coming out there, hitting Cabrera with a few cross kicks.
It's flash in the pan. You're fine. You're fine.
What about my nose?
Flash in the pan.
My nose, okay? My nose, okay?
Oh, you look beautiful, darling.
No
You look
chance there.
great, baby.
Kerry Cabrera, you really want to concentrate on this match a little bit more. I think when we were a tag team, I think that's one of the things that irritated me quite a lot. Kerry Cabrera's too busy showboating, where he really needs to be in the ring working.
Well, that's what I was saying there, Danny. We'll see these two back again in this edition of UWA Wrestling Rampage because, of course, Stevie Knight's got that TV title match up against Phil Powers, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Kerry Cabrera will be accompanying him ringside.
Well, yeah, I think you're right then. I'm really looking forward to that match. Well, that's going to hurt his back there. Kerry Cabrera just giving him a few shots to the face there. He's not letting up at all.
Come on, baby. Come on, Kerry, you're the man.
Stevie and Kerry know all the tricks. They've spent a long time in the business between the two of them. Kerry Cabrera using the rope as a choker hold there. Cabrero's now returning to the ring. It looks as if he's going to dish out some more punishment to Flash Barker. Stevie Knight looking on. Kerry Cabrera now going to the top rope. No, he's on the middle rope. Double axe handle to the top of the head. That's going to make you see stars for a little while, Stevie.
Well, that's what this show's all about. We see plenty of stars, and of course I'll mention that TV title match coming up. But amongst other things, we have a plethora of wrestling stars coming up. We've got Paul Sloan in action. Also, the return of Johnny Storm.
Wow, what a move. Belly-to-belly suplex. A Flash speciality there. Looks as if he may be going for a submission hold here. Yeah, he's got the toe and ankle locked in, but Kerry Cabrera had the presence of mind to get out the ring.
He's sneaky. There's no way
Whoa,
about that.
what a move. Over the top rope. Flash Barker, he's not just a mat wrestler. If he wants to do the high-flying
Stevie
stuff,
Knight
he can.
having a bit of punishment there as well, Danny.
That's right.
Well,
Tough elbow.
this is a tough match. It's very bad-tempered as well, and we've got more of it to come, you can be sure, after the break. Welcome back, Grapplemeisters, to UWA Wrestling Rampage. Kerry Cabrera with a lovely piece of furniture. I don't know how he's going to employ that in his fight against Flash Barker.
Well, I think he might be setting up for one of his trademark moves. We'll soon see. He's just timing this right. He's waiting for Flash Barker to get back to his feet so the full impact of the move hits him. There we go. There we go. An amazing move. I'd like to state right now, I taught Kerry Cabrera that move back in our tag team days.
I bet you tell all the commentators that. Before the break, we saw Flash Barker go over the top rope, and then, of course, Kerry followed suit. And I tell you, Danny, there's a lot of high-flying action in this contest. And to paraphrase Brian Clough, if God has meant us to wrestle in the air, he'd have put rings on the clouds.
Well, maybe, but you talk about the amount of high-flying move in this. There's also a lot of technical wrestling, and there's a lot of brawling. What's Kerry Cabrera going for? Flash Barker catches him. Kerry Cabrera, now from
Stevie
experience...
Knighting!
Bulldog right onto the ramp. Stevie Knight again. He's not going to be knowing what happened there. Kerry Cabrera trying to make his way back to the ring.
Well, let's take another look at that, Danny.
High impact. Two big high impact moves there. This match is taking its toll on both competitors now.
Well, you should know, Danny, better than anyone.
Well, yeah, I can tell you right here, right now, that taking a fall on concrete like that does hurt. Stevie Knight looking on there at his guy. Flash Barker going to the top rope. What's he going to try and hit here? A variation of a DDT off the top rope. 2 count. Kerry Cabrera kicks out. Look at that move there. That must have winded Kerry Cabrera. Flash Barker shooting him off the ropes. Kerry Cabrera switches. Ducks a clothesline. Kerry Cabrera hits him with a spin kick. Now, I've had that move right across my face many times.
Well, you would never know it looking at you, Danny, because you look gorgeous.
Thank you. Kick out after a 2. Flash Barker is a very tough guy, this man. The longer the match goes on, the more advantage Flash Barker is going to have. And the thing with Flash Barker is he'll pull a submission out and you won't even know it hits you.
Stevie Knight there, interfering once again. Now, I've got to ask you, Danny, what do you make about this man's interference? And before you answer, it's a loaded question, because, of course, we saw you last week interfere in that Drew McDonald and Anarchist contest.
Yes, well, I interfered in that match, but the bottom line is this. I interfered because Drew McDonald took something away from me, and I was just taking what I owed. It should have been me in that title match, Stevie. It should have been me having a shot at that title.
Well, I don't know if you'd like to be on the end of that. Oh! A great move there from Flash Barker, and this man's agility is stunning.
See, Kerry, he took his focus off of the match. He was too busy showboating. He paid the price for it. Flash Barker, he's now taking up the initiative. He's really taking it to Kerry Cabrera. Perhaps he smells victory. There's one of those.
He probably smells something, because he looks a bit sweaty, Kerry, at the moment.
There's one of those flash chops we spoke about earlier. Kerry Cabrera.
Being urged to get back in the ring now.
I think Flash may be setting up for a submission hold. A few knees to the chest. Very dangerous move. Takes its toll on the ribs.
The crowd are urging him on. Finish him off.
Michinoku driver. That move put terrific strain on the neck too. I think Stevie
Knight there.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that was Flash Barker.
You're not one. I don't think you should be preaching about this, Danny. People in glass houses and all that, and we've seen what you can do, mate. With
It's the flatliner. It's the flatliner. It's over.
That's it. Kerry Cabrera with sealed victory here in our opening contest against Flash Barker.
It's so hard being me. I tell you, all the women, all the winning in wrestling. Oh,
again, this man is proving he's number 1.
Well, he's certainly got a high opinion of himself, if nothing else, Danny.
Well, yeah, but just moments earlier than that, Flash Barker hit his finishing move, the Michinoku driver. And if it wasn't for Stevie Knight pulling him off at the top of that hold, that would have been Flash Barker's match.
Well, now they're finishing off here, and I tell you what, you've got some cheek, haven't you?
Well,
to preach about interference.
What's
what
Phil Powers
doing there now?
Backhand chops on Kerry Cabrera. Clothesline over the top rope. Stevie Knight still in the ring with Flash Barker. Slap round the face. Back chops.
Now this is a preview of the TV title match. Gents, you're not meant to be in there yet.
Phil Powers is fired up for this one. Watch out. Whoa. Flash Barker nailing Kerry Cabrera.
Now this is just getting out of hand.
There's a brawl going on the outside. Stevie Knight and Phil.
It's Phil.
What's going on?
It's Phil. They're going head to head now ahead of the TV title match. They're plowing in now to break them up.
Well, we know one thing,
Powers
Stevie.
has got no place here.
This TV title match is not going to be fancy and it's not going to be pretty. This is a brawl.
What is Powers doing here? And what are the inept UWA officials think they're doing?
Well, I'm not sure, but Flash Barker's on the offensive now. Kerry Cabrera coming over. I think, will this actually affect Phil Powers for the title match?
Well, he's fired up. There's no doubt about that. He almost sense he feels he's got something to prove against Stevie Knight.
But it's not a really wise thing to do, though, is it? Before a big match, go out and risk an injury.
Well, you don't need to tell me that.
Backhand chop to Kerry Cabrera there. Phil Powers payback.
Phil Powers is a disgrace.
Kerry Cabrera still attacking. Where are the officials?
Well, you may well ask that. I don't know what they're doing. They're just dallying.
Come on,
there.
officials. Every blow that goes into the back of Phil's head, that's valuable time. He could be losing later in the championship match. Come on, officials.
That's right. No, I don't mind if they take their time now. Because Phil Powers has got in. He's going to look burnt out when he comes in for that TV title match. But this is almost like a tag team contest already. And of course, next week we've got the tag team title up for grabs. But let's hear from the champs, Too Far Gone.
4-0, one half of World Championship Tag Team, Too Far Gone. You have Death Squad, fearsome reputation. They say the only reason you're holding on to their belts is through sheer luck, and on their part, something a little more than sheer luck. But the fact that they really just couldn't be bothered to battle with you in the first place, what do you have to say about that?
I've got one thing I really want to say, and I've been trying to clear this matter up for quite some time. The Death Squad have got a big problem, yeah? The Death Squad have got a problem because they want their belts back. Steve? If the Death Squad really call these bits of rubbish belts, to be perfectly honest, you're welcome to them. Because I'm not interested. They're crap. Death Squad, you want your belts. They're down there on the floor, where they belong, with the rest of the rubbish. If you want them, put your money where your mouth is. You haven't got to fight us for them. We're not interested. We've got nothing to prove. We're the tag team champions of the UWA, and you can take your little bits of trash and take them away to wherever they come from. Steve?
They've lost their titles. We really couldn't give a about them. They're motorbike. They come down here on their motorbike, giving it the big un, sharing one little tricycle. I think that'll be the ultimate insult to take that away.
Who wants to see us take on the Death Squad for their bicycle? That stupid little motorbike, yeah?
Hello, boys.
Hello.
I have a message for you from the Death Squad. They couldn't be bothered to come out here, so you have me for a short while, just like those belts. So don't get too attached to them, will you? Because we will win them back next week, right here. And that's all I have to say.
Well, that's Tiny Lana and Too Far Gone speaking earlier today, but right now let's hear from Rebecca.
The UWA have yet again proved they can offer nothing other than mediocre wrestlers. I mean, Too Far Gone's victory over Big Papa T and Jody was a disgrace. Big Papa T was obviously distracted by this so-called Frank. And Frank, whoever you are, if you want to fight, you come and see us. We'll organise the fight. You get in that ring with Big Papa T, you won't live another day.
Well, Big Papa T, of course, was a tag team champion, and we'll see him in action later on today. But of course, if we cast our minds back, the mysterious Frank played a role in Big Papa T losing that title, but more on that a bit later, I'm sure. But right now, what we have is Phil Blend up against Phil Power's protege, Paul Sloan. And Paul Sloan, of course, an aspiring referee, Danny.
That's right. I think this is going to be a terrific match. We've got Phil Blend, young up-and-coming star looking for a big victory. We've got Paul Sloan coming down to the ring, Phil Power's protege. He's come along really well over the last couple of years. I think Phil Powers has done a terrific job with this guy.
What I don't understand, though, is, of course, we've got that TV title match coming up and Paul Sloan will be refereeing that. How can we even think that we are going to see even-handed refereeing, objective refereeing from a man who's been so part of the Phil Powers camp?
Well, I think we will actually, Stevie, because he's a good man. He's what can I say about Paul Sloan? He was taught by Phil Powers, and Phil Powers has always taught him to do what he thinks is best and what is right. That's why I think we're going to see an even referee here.
Well, we'll have to wait and see about that one.
Nice takedown.
I should inform you all that Ross the Boss Gordon, my young and highly excitable Scottish friend who's normally with me in the commentary booth, will be on the UWA hotline at the end of the show with the TV title champion. The number for that will be coming up a little later on, but right now we have Phil Blend against Paul Sloan, and I certainly hope Paul Sloan doesn't tire himself out for that debut as a referee.
Nice takedown, drop kick to the back of the head. I'm a little surprised, actually, the youngster's getting the better of Paul Sloan right now. Backhand chop. Paul Sloan switches into the post. Comes out, nice body tackle. He's got the strength and the power to put behind that move.
And of course his skull is more aerodynamic than Phil Blend's.
Well, maybe so. Phil Blend moved out of the way.
Oh dear.
I mean, I think he's going for Variation of a body slam. He should really... No, he should cover much quickly. I mean, he doesn't need to take risks like that. If he wants a victory at this stage in his career, he really needs to be a lot more sharp than that. He's going for a... Well, I'm not sure what he's going for, actually.
Look like he's trying to pull down his pants.
Well, a variation of a suplex there, and Paul Sloan looks surprisingly tired. Phil Blenn looks as if he may be going to the top rope. Not sure exactly what he may be going from here. He's taking his time. Well, yeah, we saw that one coming. That's one of the mistakes a lot of youngsters make. They take too much time trying to hit flash moves. And a variation of a suplex there from Paul Sloan. He gets 3 counts, Stevie.
There you go. Paul Sloan gets a victory underneath his belt, ahead of his refereeing appearance later on, of course. But there you have it. Paul Sloan collects his victory up against Phil Blenn. Don't forget, all of you, coming up later in the show, we have that awesome TV title contest and Johnny Storm up against an awesome opponent.
Here we have Big Cup of Tea. Hello, everybody. Whoa. Big Papa T, oh my God. I'm the Wonder Kid, Johnny Storm. Do you think I'm scared of you? Ooh, let me tell you something, big boy. You will find out when you face the Wonder Kid, Johnny Storm, why, indeed, I am. Style in action.
Yeah, you also look 14, Johnny, but apart from that, it's good to see you back. Danny Royal is still with me here in the commentary booth, and Johnny's been away for a while, but it certainly doesn't seem to have dampened his appetite.
And, ladies and gentlemen, exploding onto your screens, he stands an incomprehensible 5 feet 9, with His Majesty Linsky, who is flanked by Amanda Speed. Would you please welcome the man with whom rhythm is his second name? Here's Johnny Storm.
What is Johnny doing?
A little bit of breakdancing by the looks of it. Might be some talent scouts watching this show,
That's
Steve.
it, man. Well, what is he doing? He can't dance for toffee.
Well, he looks as if he's trying.
I hope he can wrestle better than he can move, I'll tell you that.
Do you think his mum knows where he is?
Well, I just hope he's finished his paper round. There he is, Johnny Storm, milking it for all it's worth.
Well, Blackpool, I won't say it's good to be here, but I will say my dancing is damn good. Now then, Big Cup of Tea, whatever your damn name is, I got one thing to say. Not only am I going to drink you tonight, but I'm going to pin you 1, 2, 3 in this ring. You'll be the first man ever to take your fat carcass the victory lane. Style in action now.
Well, hasn't he got any homework to do?
Well, you would have thought so. Education standards are obviously dropping, Danny. It's a bit of a concern for us all, but let's not get bogged down in that particular nest of vipers right now. But as we hear now, the music that will herald the appearance of Rebecca and her charge, Big Papa T. And of course, you have to say, Johnny seems particularly confident considering he's going up against a man who's 3 times his size. And of course, let us not forget that this man was once a tag team champion. He abandoned Jody Flash to be almost pulled off the stage by the mysterious-looking Frank. Now, no one has an idea who Frank is. Is there anyone in the locker room who's any the wiser, Danny?
No one has a clue who this guy is or where he comes from. In actual fact, no one even sees him arrive at the events. It's just a mystery. You know, around the locker rooms, lots of talk goes concerning who people are and where they come from. But as far as Frank's concerned, you know, nobody knows anything about the guy.
Well, he may have had a hindrance there in the shape of Frank, but look at him now. This crowd love him. This crowd love him.
Top. He's got that trademark dance.
He has, yes. And I can tell you that particular move is very popular in Ibiza this summer.
I can very well believe that,
Everyone's doing it in the clubs, I can tell you that, Danny.
Big Papa T now about to get in the ring, and still not really any intimidation on the face of Johnny Storm. He looks very confident. I mean, now we can really appreciate the size difference between these two guys, Stevie.
It is dramatic, to say the least.
I'm better looking.
But look how confident he is.
I don't think that's confidence, I think that's stupidity, to be honest with you, Steve. Papa T looking on down, checking his mask in place.
I did not realise he was that fat. Wait a minute.
Get in and fight!
It's not me.
Get in there.
I'm not happy about this.
But his cockiness is gone, and so's his bottle.
Linsky's trying to reaffirm him. Big Papa T looks ready for action there, looking on Mad Dog McPhee.
And this is where Linsky's brilliant managerial skills have got to come into play.
Would you call it brilliant?
I would, actually. I would.
I'd have to disagree there, Steve.
Well, what a surprise. Now, a lot of people are saying that Linsky isn't giving Johnny enough attention, but I do disagree with that. Linsky, of course, and you don't need reminding, Danny, is the man who took the Anarchist to the top.
Now, I'm all for managers. I do agree with you. He's a great manager. He's a great promotionalist. But I think Johnny Storm made the first mistake of the match right there. But as I was saying, he's a great manager. He's a great promotionalist. But he's just a cheat.
Oh!
Well, Johnny Storm...
Johnny seems to have got his appetite back, Danny.
Definitely. He's not the biggest guy in the UWA, but he's definitely one of the most agile, and he's without a doubt one of the fastest. I'm not sure what he's going for here. He's positioning Big Papa T. And wow, what a move. Moonsault off the middle rope. 1, 2, Papa T kicks out. He was never going to pin him with that, really.
Well, the size of Johnny Storm, I think he really needs to sedate Big Papa T before he keeps him down. But a great move there.
Big spinning heel kick right across the jaw. And a variation of a moonsault. And Rolling Thunder, what a move. That could possibly crack a rib. High impact clothesline there. Nearly took the guy's head off. Johnny Storm very wise to roll out the ring there. There we go. The team coming over to check that he's okay. Linsky doesn't seem too interested though.
Papa T on Mad Dog!
Well, I don't think we've ever seen that from Big Papa T before, have we, Stevie?
It's open season now!
That was unbelievable. A guy of that size pulling off a move like that. I don't think the referee knows what to do. Rebecca looking on.
Now, who's this? Frank! In combat!
The camouflage isn't working too well.
What is going on?
Do we have a translator?
I think I heard him say the word fake. I can't be sure, but I think I heard him say it. Papa T has once again been lured out by the presence
Is that the bell?
Frank,
is that the bell?
and the bell's gone, and Johnny Storm
I don't
has
believe this.
collected a victory
I do not believe this.
against Big Papa T.
Now that is amazing. That is amazing.
That is absolutely incredible.
Well, he seems to be enjoying this.
Well, of course he is. He's milking it for all it's worth. Can you blame him? I tell you what, Danny, I've seen some sights since I've been involved here with the UWA, but this has got to rank with one of the biggest upsets in wrestling history.
Well, definitely. Not only did he beat a guy twice, maybe 3 times his size, but the time duration and the amount of offensive moves Johnny Storm had, that was amazing.
And the question still pertains. Who is Frank? But Linsky there.
Oh dear. He doesn't look too
seem
pleased.
too impressed. Does not seem
Johnny
too
Storm doesn't seem
impressed.
bothered though. He really doesn't seem bothered. I mean,
Wow.
look at the guy. He's really living this victory up.
He certainly is.
I think he'll remember this one for a very long time.
I think we all will. Where were you the day Johnny Storm beat Big Papa T?
Well, Big Papa T continuing to have his problems with the mysterious Frank. And Johnny Storm there celebrating a victory, though apparently unappreciated by his manager Steve Linsky and his teammate Mad Dog McPhee. Right now, however, it's television title time. Phil Powers defends against Hot Stuff Stevie Knight. Last time it ended in a no contest. This time, Paul Sloan is the special guest referee. The belt can change hands on a disqualification. Kerry Cabrera will no doubt be lurking at ringside. There's a lot on the line as we head down to the match.
Okay then, Flying Jill Flowers. Tonight I have got my much anticipated rematch with you. As you know, all the people know, all the crowd in the UWA know, I am the rightful champion. Tonight I'm going to kick your backside and take what is rightfully mine.
So Steve Knight, you've been going about, pal, proclaiming yourself to be the UWA television champion, son. Well, there's only one champion on this ship, and that's the Fly Phil Powers. Kerry Cabrera, you think it's a tough move if you can go hitting the Fly Phil Powers over the head with a chair? Well, I'm going to tell you something, pal. Just remember one thing. You've got a big receipt coming your way, pal. The Fly Phil Powers is going to throw you around that ring, and he's going to show the world who the UWA television champion really is. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to just rock and roll my way to the top. Come on, let's go!
And the first man to the ring is the special guest referee. It is Phil Powers' very own protege. You've seen him wrestling, now you see him referee. It's Paul Sloan.
Well, I've just been handed a bit of news and I thought I should inform all you good people that whoever wins this contest will be defending that TV title on Friday, September the 3rd at the Broadway Theatre in Barking. Remember, Ross said last week that the next UWA live event will be a homecoming for someone. Well, it's in Phil Powers' manor and the cameras will be rolling. So get along there.
Take a look at what's hot and what's not. Who's the number one?
I think Stevie Knight's ready for this one. Been training hard.
Oh, what's this, Powers?
I don't think that's Powers.
What is he doing?
Well, I think that just shows how fired up he is for this match.
The man's going insane!
He's
This is a side of Powers we have never seen!
dishing out the offensive chops there. Going back for... Now, this is a mistake right here. He doesn't need to be worrying about Kerry Cabrera. This is just rage firing Phil right here. Go get Stevie, Phil. Come on, this is the man you're after. Don't be distracted. I'm really looking forward to this match, Stevie. Both guys, a very evenly matched contest, this. Rake to the eyes there.
No doubt about it, Danny. A lot of bad blood between these two. Oh my God!
Phil Powers, amazing move there. He can deal with both guys.
Both of them on. He doesn't just want Stevie Knight. He wants Kerry's butt too.
A little bit of a mistake there has distracted. Stevie Knight's going to make the most of it. Big suplex back into the ring. Stevie Knight going back to the back. He's going to make Phil Powers make him pay for that mistake right there.
Well, he certainly is, Danny, and out he goes.
Kerry's lurking around there, Stevie.
He's in the danger zone. And here
got
comes Kerry. Garden furniture in hand. Gotcha!
Right across. Now, where's the referee here? The referee had clear view of that. Obviously, he's been very lenient with the rules here. Stevie Knight coming on to the outside. I think he's been sent back to the locker room. Now, this is
earlier when Phil did that great fly at the ring and then...
But Stevie, you saw the referee had a good view of that move there, and that is an illegal move.
Well, that's good refereeing by Paul Sloan. He's impressed me. What can I say? I had my doubts, Danny. I had my doubts, and I did express them. But Paul Sloan, I must admit, is being very objective. He wants a good, free-flowing fight. He's taken Kerry out of the equation.
That takes a good referee.
Now it's Stevie against Phil. And
Butterfly suplex. Oh! Straight over. Took that all on his back there. You can see he felt that.
And I must admit, Paul Sloan has impressed me. He looks like a waiter, but there you go. What he has got in mind is he knows that the belt can exchange hands on a disqualification, so he's not going to use it lightly. He can guarantee that, Danny.
Absolutely. Big suplex from Phil. He's going for the cover.
1,
Kicked out from Stevie Knight. See, Phil shows the true champion this here. He goes for a move and goes for a cover straight away. Big drop kick from the top.
Well, I don't know, Danny, what Phil Powers is thinking. Because we saw him earlier tonight when Kerry was up against Flash Barker, when he came out then. And then before this fight, he raced out and took on both Kerry and Stevie. Is this a man losing the plot? Well, we've got more of this to come as it unfolds after the break. You join us back here on UWA Wrestling Rampage with Phil Powers defending his TV title against Hot Stuff Stevie McKnight. Alongside me here in the commentary booth is Danny Royal. And Danny, as you said, when these two guys came out, it's going to be a very evenly matched contest. Ooh!
Who's the number one now, baby?
I've got to say, I've seen these two wrestling across the British scene for the last few years, and their win-loss record against each other is pretty even. But tonight, we're going to see decisively who is the better man.
Paul Sloan, of course, the guest referee, special guest referee.
I think he's doing a terrific job, Stevie.
Well, I had my doubts, as I told you. I did express them, but
Stevie Knight trying to wear Phil Powers down.
He's doing all right.
He's trying to wear him down. The referee really needs to make sure this is a legal move and it doesn't turn into a choke. I think Paul Sloan is very close to this. He's given a very close eye on the forearm of Stevie Knight.
Shut up!
Crowd are calling out for Phil. He's obviously a big fan favourite, Stevie.
I can't understand why.
I was going to say, even if you don't really particularly like it. But there's still life in him yet. He's making his way to his feet. Look at this. He's on the offensive once again. Nope. Stevie Knight cuts him short with a clothesline. Phil Powers really looks tired.
Well, I'm not surprised. He has exerted himself a lot here this evening. We've seen a lot of Phil Powers, and in my opinion, for all the wrong reasons.
Maybe so, but I don't particularly like Stevie Knight, but he's doing great here. He knows that Phil Powers is tired, and he's making the most of that.
Phil tired himself out, of course, when he came out, when Kerry was fighting Flash Barker, and then he tore out and took on both Kerry and Stevie before he even entered the ring for this defence.
Stevie Knight nailing Phil there with a back elbow. See, Stevie Knight's showboating a little bit.
He's got style, Danny.
Well, this is a very important match. This is a very important match.
He's
if I was
got
in a title
style.
shot, I wouldn't be showboating. I'd be worrying about getting that victory. Quite offensive move there. Lots of pressure across the lower back. Consistent count there from the referee, Stevie. Very consistent count.
Ask him. Ask him. Come on, Tonk, ask him.
Well, Paul Sloan, of course, Phil Powers' protege. They've spent a lot of time in training together. And, of course, there were a number of people who felt he would be biased towards Powers in this contest. But he has done all right. But Stevie Knight there.
Well, the thing you've got to notice about this one, Steve, is that Phil Powers, we've seen him down so many times before, and he'll just make a big comeback and snatch a victory.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Christopher Daniels, Mike Roberts, all these guys couldn't put Phil Powers away, and that is why he is the champion.
Well, I wonder for how much longer, though, Danny, because I wonder if Powers is facing burnout here this evening.
I don't think so. Well, no, baseball slide. Now Stevie Knight with a drop kick. Phil Powers is finding a second win here. Pulls Stevie Knight up. Big body slam. Phil Powers is going to the top rope. Now we know Phil Powers is talented when it comes to moves off the top rope. If he hits this, this could be all over right here. What a move! That is amazing. Well, there you go. That is why that is a high-risk manoeuvre.
Well, this could well be the turning point. Let's take another look at that.
That was an amazing move. Stevie, if he would have nailed that right there and then, that match would have been over right now. It looks as though Steve knows what's happened and he's going to take full advantage of this. Stevie Knight going for... Oh, terrific. Stevie Knight again knowing that Phil Powers' back is probably under a lot of stress and he's making the most of that. But Phil Powers kicks out there. It takes a man to kick out from that, Steve. Low blow. Now, this will be interesting. Paul Sloan. It seems to me, Steve, that Paul Sloan really wants this match to continue to flow.
Well, that's the great thing about it. That's what we need.
Phil
And Powers now.
German suplex. This could be it. Stevie Knight kicks out. Now, I've even got to admit, to kick out from a move like that takes a lot of guts.
Which Phil Powers is stomping all over right now. Jesus.
Now, this is definitely a much more aggressive Phil Powers tonight, Steve. I think he knows that Stevie Knight is a threat, and he knows that he's got to work really hard to hold on to that title.
Well, as I said before, this is a side of Powers we haven't seen. We saw him in the interview before this contest. We saw him...
He was like a man possessed, Steve.
Come out like indeed, as you say, almost a demonic figure here in the UWA. What is going on with him?
The chair's coming in. This will be a good test for the referee. Excellent. You know, you can't fault this refereeing. He's really on the ball. He's aware of what's happening all the time.
Powers looks strained now.
He really does look tired, Steve.
And this contest has been seesawing between the two of them.
Stevie Knight rolling back into the ring. Perhaps, what's Stevie Knight going for? Stevie Knight offering a handshake. Phil Powers, again, unlike normal Phil Powers, refused it and drop kicked him.
Well, I've always had my doubts about Powers. I've always...
Whoa! A day, Stevie...
Now that is dirty! It's a disqualification, that's it!
You know what that means, Steve? You know what that means? I don't believe this.
The belt will change hands and the new TV champion is hot stuff, Stevie Knight!
I don't understand that. I really don't understand.
Phil Powers,
the referee
protege!
has disqualified Phil Powers. Under the stipulations of this match, the title can change hands under a DQ. The new UWA television champion.
We have a new champion.
Hot stuff, Stevie Knight.
Yeah, Phil can't stand it. Paul Sloan, his protege, is given Phil Powers' pride and joy the TV title to Stevie Knight, and I don't actually think Stevie Knight even knows he's won.
Well, Stevie, I can't fault the referee for calling that as a disqualification, but I mean, we had a move earlier on from Stevie Knight that was as bad as that.
Oh, what are you on about, man? What Powers has done this evening has been an absolute outrage. He has proved to be a disgrace.
I don't think so. I don't think the referee was consistent. I mean, if he can disqualify him for that, then there was two other disqualifications he could have made before that.
Look at the state of Stevie Knight. Now, you've seen the state of him. He doesn't know what time it is, although I think he's just realised he's won.
That is a tragedy. I mean, I was so confident that Paul Sloan was a good referee, and then...
Well, what do you mean? He proved to be an excellent referee.
He wasn't consistent.
You can't get even more...
Phil's disgusted. He threw the belt away.
You can't get even more objective than Paul Sloan has proved to be there, where the guy who's trained him, the guy who's looked after him, he refused to be biased in that contest, and he disqualified Phil Powers because he had to do so. And it's as simple as that. It comes down to a simple thing: justice.
8 years! 8 years I've been waiting to win this belt. Now I'm at the top of British wrestling, and there's only more to come. Woo! 8 years!
Woo! Well, he certainly is at the top of British wrestling. To be a champion in the UWA means you are the very best. But the way in which he won it, I really don't agree with. That was inconsistent refereeing, Stevie.
Well, you may say that, and it is indeed a debating point there, Daniel.
Number one, this means I'm number one.
It certainly does, Steve, but...
Well, it was
there we go.
Controversial,
now,
there's no doubt about that.
The referee had a perfect view of this.
Compared to that!
No, I
tell
disagree,
me,
Steve.
Danny Royal!
I disagree. They were both illegal offences. The referee chose to ignore the first one.
Come here, look. Blood, sweat and tears, and he is still...
8 years!
There's the champion, baby.
He's a terrific wrestler. You can't take that away from the guy, and he deserves to be the champion.
Well, I think he does, and they'll be debating that contest in the pubs and clubs all over Britain. You can be sure of that. We have seen some breathtaking action here on UW Wrestling Rampage. Danny Royal, thanks for joining me. Next week, a tag team title up for grabs. See you soon.
This means I'm number one. Who's next?